everybody, here I am at the beach on a most beautiful winter's day, and I'm going to do some rather large drawing. So the waves are behind me, the sound of the sea, there's some incredible flat rocks and rock pools here, and I thought it could be a really interesting place to make a really large drawing. Here comes the wave splashing up behind me, so let's see what's going to happen. I've brought everything with me in this little IKEA backpack, and it holds quite a lot and it's quite easy to carry. And I've also bought a huge sheet of paper that I've attached with clips to a big piece of polyboard. I'm going to lay all the bits of stuff in my bag out on the sheet of plastic I brought with me so you can see what I've got. Materials I've put inside my backpack. I've got watercolour pencils, I've got some coloured Conte here, all sorts of sticks that I found out on the beach, some fixative, got some paper there to do some sort of warm-up drawings, selection of pencils, charcoal pencils, eraser. I've got some watercolour brushes, some Daniel Smith watercolours here. I really like these ones. I've put a bit of gesso in this jar, a brush for the gesso, some paper towels, selection of charcoals. Here's some charcoal powder, which I find quite useful to work with. And I put some ink into a jam jar, it keeps it a bit more stable. And a bottle of water. And that's kind of it. Bought a really large piece of paper to have a play with. But I've also bought a small piece to do a warm-up drawing on. I like to do a bit of a background sometimes first. So I'll probably first start off having a go on here. So here's my warm-up drawing. I've been looking at all the textures and shapes of the rocks. There are many that are down in between the rocks, and I'm going to attempt a really big drawing now. Coming on, I'm building up some layers of marks here with pastels and charcoal and a little bit of ink. So okay, I really do have a very long stick now. So I'm standing up to make this rest of this drawing. And of course, every time you move, you're in a slightly different position. But I don't really worry about that too much. Let's get that out of the way. I just quite like the fact that when you're drawing like this, you actually haven't got all that much control. And you get some quite interesting things happening. Well, I finished the drawings and I brought them home, but I decided I wanted to rip them up and reassemble them, so I got some rather more surprising results. So I've torn both of them in half, and I'm about to reassemble them and play about with it. So first of all, I'm kind of planning where I'm going to put the pieces. I've got an extra piece here that I want to include up the top. I'll be sticking them together with some brown paper tape and at the back, and then also some Mod Podge, which I find very good for sticking down pieces of collage. So I'll have a go at that and then show you again in a minute when they've been put back together. So I've patched the back of the paper with this brown paper tape, framer's tape, and just to try and keep it a bit more stable, but it does need to dry for quite a while. And I've got some other ones here that I've patched up to keep it strong, so I've got to let that dry for a little while, and then I'll be coming in on the other side with some of these extra pieces of collage that I want to stick back into the drawing. So these are the finished drawings. That's the warm-up drawing, and then here's the big reassembled drawings that I've made. I really like the combination of the ink and the charcoal, and I think it's worked quite well to separate it out, reassemble it, and slightly abstract it further. And here's the second one. They're about 80 centimetres square, so pretty large drawings. So these are the final two pieces. I've gone in and added a bit more ink, a bit more collage. Just felt they needed tweaking a little bit further. But it's always fascinating how you can take a big drawing and really keep on working at it. Sometimes big drawings are just like big paintings. They need a fair bit of wrangling. But yeah, I'm quite pleased how they both worked out together and created really a kind of, you can see my feet here, really quite a large drawing. So yeah, pretty interesting. Hope you enjoyed coming along on the journey with me.